So I'm going to present you some results about the outcome of the MSF program in Shiradzulu in Malawi. Shiradzulu is a rural district located in the southern part of Malawi with a prevalence of HIV about 17%. The MSF intervention started extremely long ago, in 1997. And in 2001, Shiradzulu was the first site in Malawi to initiate ART. In 2002, the program decided to scale up its intervention. It used generic fixed-dose combination, decentralized to all primary healthcare facilities, and because of that, because there were so many patients, not because we wanted to, we had to task shift ART initiation and ART management to nurses, and we had to space consultations in order to manage the attendance. And the program was progressively integrated within the national program from 2004. In 2013, not because we wanted to see what was the outcome of the program, but because we had so many patients, we were not understanding how it was possible, we decided to run a population survey in order to measure each step of the cascade of care in 2013. And what we found is that the outcome in 2013, we never did any community testing. CD4 ART initiation was still at 350 CD4, but still by the time, 62% of the entire population was suppressed at a threshold of 1,000 copies per milliliter. The main gap of the cascade of care at the time was main diagnosis and also the ART initiation threshold. But still, it was not that far from the 1990, and we are 3 years ago. To understand that, we decided to show you some of our core data, because every consultation that was performed in the district was recorded between 2001 and 2015. You can see the bar are showing the number of people initiated on ART per year, and the black line is showing the median CD4 at initiation. In green, at the time, CD4 ART initiation was at 250 CD4 threshold. Between 2011 and 2013, it rose to 350 CD4, and since 2014, it was 500. And now it's universal treatment. As you can see, how long it took to scale up, The program started to scale up in 2002, but the peak of ART initiation under 250 was only achieved in 2009. What you can see is that today, in 2015, despite the guideline, the number of initiation per year was lower than what we were doing in 2007. 2/4 of the patients that we initiated in 2015 were stage 1 or 2, and the median CD4 at initiation was above 300. Among all our patients in routine viral load data, 90% are suppressed, and among the 40,000 people still followed up today on ART, 60% are seen only every 6 months. To give you an idea of what it represents, since the beginning of the project, 1,660,000 consultations were performed. Just to tell you that everything was an extremely slow process. Everything takes a lot of time. Decentralization of care from hospital to primary health care took years. It was very difficult to train nurses at the beginning to initiate ARV. Then the progressive decentralization of testing, because you need at the beginning, the problem is not what to do when you work on HIV, the problem is where to start, actually. And what you should reinforce is always your basics, And when you do testing, the first testing you must do well is testing at IPD, OPD, and ANC. Then you can move to facility testing, then you can go for campaign, and if it doesn't work, you can go for home-based testing. Simplification of care, task shifting, spacing consultation, standardized care, use of fixed-dose combination is also key to program achievements. And finally, maintaining quality of care, especially procurements, because you know that in Africa and in many other places, we face shortages of drugs. Implementation of point-of-care viral load was done also in Shiradzulu. Specific counseling was performed, and access to second and third line is granted to the patient. More or less, when we run program, what was difficult, and it's not easy to say that because I come from an emergency organization, but it's a discussion we had inside our organization in the way we were dealing with HIV program, is that everything takes time. It takes time to implement and to adapt your strategy to the reality of the field. It takes time for your staff to gain experience. You know, if you have testers, it takes time for them to understand how the community is working, to perform, and to achieve. But also, we need to accept that it takes time sometimes for patients. It can take time for patients to link to care. It can take time for patients to empower. And this is why we need to really understand. The question, because we don't receive money from this institution, but is the institutional funding adapted to reaching the 1990? When I see all these programs that people are running, you know, like you get funding for 3 years intervention, 2 years intervention, but is it really the way, you know, you should do programs? Shouldn't you get 6 years funding with the flexibility to adapt your program? Because what we can say is that in MSF, we also have been experts in failures. So many things we have tried didn't work, we didn't achieve, the program made no sense, it was too expensive, it was not adapted. And you need to learn from that, you need to capitalize on those experiences. But if you receive funding only for 3 years, whether the outcome is positive or negative, continuing the program either to sustain the outcome or in order to improve what has been done is important. And also, when you discuss with your donor, it's important also to have the flexibility to be able to adapt your strategy extremely fast. Thank you very much.